Check. Check 212. Check 212. Welcome. I think we're live now. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to a new live stream. Today it is the 27th of November, 2025. This is already a new midweek update every Thursday, 9 p.m. Amsterdam time. We go live to discuss the markets, to discuss the latest news, and of course, to answer all your live questions. And if you have any questions and you're watching this later, don't feel free to also leave them in the comments of YouTube or join our Discord. Link is in the description down below. We talk there basically 24/7. So, good stuff, guys. The market is healing. It is healing so far, and I'm very happy to see that so far. The head and shoulder pattern is still playing out. We're now waiting on a definitive break of this level here. We can see here the first shoulder, and now we're getting into the second shoulder. And typically I expect quite a decent break to the upside here, give or take to the next level here. That would be my first guess, to about 13.3 cents. I expect that to happen in the next, well, few days. Might it be the week? Might it be this weekend? Might it be next Monday? I don't know. But it is also Thanksgiving now, so the stock market is close. And quite an important catalyst so far for this week with Bitcoin has been the S&P, has been a Nasdaq, has been the Dow Jones. So we'll talk about all those things, guys. First, though, strapping in for Bjorn. Bjorn and Pete, welcome. Both always here, every stream. I'm so blessed to have these moderators as well. What's happening, Davin? You people are also celebrate Thanksgiving. Not here. Not here. Are you celebrating with family or by yourself? Big family, small family? Let me know. Luca, I see Luca. Hello, Rookie. Hello. I see Cyborg. Good to see you, man. Also, the space today. You're very active, sir. Good day to Crow. It is actually quite a good day. About plus 1%. Which is definitely not too shabby, guys. Definitely not too shabby. Also, we do see a lot of things that are good, truly, for the crypto market. The total free being one. So far, we're continuing with this perfect bounce here from the bottom. We touched the previous high at about $3 trillion. And now we're going up. So it is looking good for altcoins, it's looking good for Bitcoin, it's looking good for basically everything right now. But there's one thing. Apology, guys. Apology. We're now getting very close to about 92k. You can see that today or yesterday, or I don't know exactly when. We went exactly to where the box begins. Let me remove all those little jittery lines, and then we zoom in a bit more. Do you see where this wick ends? Exactly on the green box. And this green box has been important, guys, for a long time. So we need to break it. And I told you guys that the last time we touched this bottom, this how do you say that? This green box, it is support, but now it is acting as resistance. We're not there yet. We need to truly break above 92k for Bitcoin to go back to about $100,000. And again, we talked about this. I think 106 will be a very important point to truly break. But first things first, the green box. I love those boxes. And after that, we can take a look at what the crypto market will do going forward. But as I mentioned, we also got the total free. So altcoins bouncing back up again. And also, what I saw this tweet by somebody, and someone was saying, but sir, altcoins are completely busted. And this is wrong. Seems. Oh no, let's go to regular. There we go. Somebody said, but the total free, excluding stable coins, was breaking down. Well, guys, the problem is, if you are drawing charts, you can draw charts on so many different levels. So what I'm seeing here is that we are not yet breaking down below the most important structures of the total three, excluding stablecoins, is looking perfect so far. We have a nice structure that we created all the way back already in 2021. And altcoins are slow, are very slow. You can see the first time that we had altcoins truly perform, that was over here. Within only weeks, we went up like crazy. Then though, the next time, it was already a lot slower. It took not like one pump, it took a few pumps. Now so far, it's a lot slower. You can see, right, if I have to drag it down. It is truly, guys, maturing. Even the altcoin market is maturing. And I think we have left the true bear market periods for altcoins. Like, this was a true low. Like, this also was a true low for altcoins. I have a hard time believing we'll also see like a very stubborn, slow altcoin market. I don't believe that will be happening in the short term, at least. I think that would be very strange because, again, it's a maturing market. Ethereum is becoming more and more important, especially because stablecoins are seeing more and more use. Same thing for Solana. Stablecoins, RWA, they are an actual use case, finally. Whereas here, it was speculation. Same also here, it was speculation. That's why it died down. Now we're getting use cases. Finally, it took some time. There's an increased market chatter expecting a rate cut in the December FOMC meeting. Whereas 2 weeks ago, rates were expected to be held in December. I think this week or end of last week, somebody, I think the Fed. So I'm not entirely sure on this, but apparently there are multiple Federal Reserves based in different states or different countries exactly, or not countries, but counties. So we got the Fed of, not Michigan, I lost the name of it. But apparently one of those big hats from the Fed, they said, well, we're going to have to do a cut. No matter what, we're going to have to do a cut because the job market is so weak. And that's exactly why the rate cut was suddenly increasing. The chance for rate cut was suddenly increasing so quickly. It's amazing. And it's a good thing. That's also why Bitcoin probably had a good bounce. What's up, David Connolly? Thanksgiving now in America. Happy day. Good man. Good. Time to spend with family. The trading savior. Welcome. I see Solid Snake. Always here. He's always here as well. So the market is recovering a bit. I think we've passed the bear trap, like we said. Still too early to call, but again, I think it is quite likely that we will see a recovery, at least in the box here, at about 106. But let's see. There are no guarantees, guys, in this market. That's the only sad thing, isn't it? So if anyone is saying you like it's certain it's a bear market, let me quickly have a bit of a talk here, because we had this guy, I lost it. I think he's called Everything's Crypto or Everywhere Crypto or no matter what. He was one of the people with a decent audience that also created Cronos or Crypto.com content. And I think in October he mentioned he sold everything. And he made a video. I checked it last night. And in that video, he said he sold everything because, 2 reasons. First one, he lost all the confidence in the market after the 10/10 event. 10/10, for anyone that lives under a rock, that was a massive liquidation event. Oh, Jesus. So here, you can see that Cronos quickly went all the way to about 6 cents. And that's unfortunate because he mentioned in that same video, he sold Crow at a loss. And going forward, he would only be trading Bitcoin. And the reason why, so he lost his confidence after this massive manipulation crash, I would say. But he also said, well, I'm a believer of the 4-year cycle. That's okay. I think it's okay to believe in a 4-year cycle. I mean, we have mentioned it many times here. You can see it's also one of all the charts that we follow here. But also said, I'm going to trade only Bitcoin going forward because we didn't have an altcoin season yet. And I think the keyword here is yet. Yet, guys. Because what we do see is continuation to the downside. Still, we have now about 3 weekly candles, and of course not closed yet, that are pointing towards at least further downsides here for Bitcoin versus altcoins. And if you say, right, if you say that the 4-year cycle is like definitively happening because it happened always before as well, I think it's also, well, a normal argument to make that, well, Bitcoin or altcoin season also happened every time before. So why wouldn't we get an altcoin season, and why wouldn't we get a 4-year cycle? I think, like, if the only thing is because it happened in the past, then also I believe we have to wait and see until we get also this massive move up for altcoins, because that's how the clock ticks. That's also how the clock ticks. I'm just with my wife today. I had my Thanksgiving last weekend. It's the end of deer season. Oh, are you going on an actual hunt then? Deer season. If I go to a restaurant, I love the autumn. The autumn, because the wild meat is honestly, it's so good. It's so good. As far as I'm concerned, though, every day should be a cause for celebration. So happy Thanksgiving. Absolutely, sir. Seize today, they say, right? Seize today. But yeah, it's a sad thing, guys. So everything crypto, he left. And he will be coming back, I believe. But he will not be coming back for Cronos. At least I think. Until, guys, and that's always how it goes, until it starts pumping again and people, oh, wait a minute, it's actually worth something. It's actually worth something, because we have seen that so many times. That's also why this video is called, or this live stream is called, the fourth wave. The Cronos, the fourth wave. It's playing out perfectly so far. It's unfortunate that the last time we used an overlay, it was a mistake. But now it makes so much sense that we are heading into potentially a fourth wave. And yes, it will be an extended cycle in that case, but it makes sense. Altcoin ETFs, QE. It's all coming in the right order, right? We have had a really strange cycle, but that's fine. That's also why potentially it is the bear trap that Solid Snake mentioned. Hey, Stacy, good to see you. Also, geez, I always want to say Gretchen. I don't see your video. Which one? Hey, Cherry, welcome. Finally got the notification. Missed last week. Oi, oi, oi. Yeah, don't forget to hit the like button, guys, and strap in. We're getting very, very close to 10,000 subscribers, so that would be an amazing milestone. I wish to hit that one before year's end, so please do me a favor. Give me that Santa rally and subscriber numbers. PSA to all. There's an article I've just read which talks about the Chrome extension called Crypto Copilot, which secretly adds extra to Solana transactions. What? Thanks for the PSA here. Jeez. Hey, Warner, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm seeing all the cool people today tuning in again. Armon as well. Toot. Welcome, welcome. I see Edward woke up today, ran 5 kilometers in 20 minutes. That's a good time, isn't it? That's a good time, so welcome. That's a really good time, by the way. I ran half a marathon in the past. I think it took me... So half a marathon was like 21 kilometers. I think it took me 1 hour 50. Thank you so much. G6, welcome. Thank you so much. Welcome to the channel here. Strapping in for you, sir. Mantic as well, good to see you. Everything crypto's the guy who got me into CRO. That's so sad, sir. That's so sad. But well, the thing is, Mantic, is that I'm here now. I'm taking over. You know, where he left off, I'm not planning, guys, to leave. I mean, it's the thing which I hate about the thing that everything crypto mentioned in that specific video is that basically emotions took over. He got scared by the 10-10 event, and I think that's okay. He got scared. I think it's truly emotional because only days later he sold. He sold everything. I think he mentioned the 14th of October. I don't know, man. It's no. I don't think that you should handle so much on emotions. I have my limit order set, and I'm waiting till they hit. $0.20 by the end of the year. This year should be a good start. I think that's quite low. So the overlay. So the overlay is expecting a center rally. It's expecting a center rally. I don't know if we'll make it to 20 cents by January. Maybe. So if we are following the overlay, give or take, with Christmas, near year's end, I expect about 15, 16 cents. Let's see though, of course, it's definitely no financial advice here. Can I? No, I can't do that. I'm still getting, I think I can actually put a price. There we go, price label. So what I would expect near Christmas is something like this. There we go. Hard to see, but about 16 cents. I learned a new feature. I love it. That is if everything's playing out as expected. But now we're getting into that final phase, guys. As we talked about in the last video, we have the head and shoulder, the inverse one, and I expect the rally to happen very, very shortly. So we're waiting for that breakout here. We're waiting for that breakout, and I might have drawn it a bit incorrect. We're waiting for that final breakout here. And then we go. Hey, Stacy. I was down $31,000 and I didn't sell any of my crypto. Cost base was about 8 cents. Then you should be at a profit now. I mean, that's the scary part, right? We have had so many of these waves. Like, probably like the majority of you guys were at massive profits over here. And then we went into maybe even some losses again. Same thing here, right? Massive profits, 20 cents. And also the same thing over here, 38 cents. I think we're all in massive profits over here. Now I think it's a bit 50-50. I think there are people in profit now, and I think there are also people at a slight loss. But I would say at this, you know, doing DCA at this exact price point, not too bad. Hey, Gita, welcome. Can you tell us something about the daily X Spaces? Never made it to a complete session. How is it doing? I'm gonna be honest, Bjorn. I have some mixed feelings. So, it's a Cronos-centric space, but we talk about whatever comes up. And the thing is, I want to be more like the host, so I don't really want to talk all by myself all session long. But I find it quite hard to steer the discussion or steer the topic, and so it's a bit of everything happening. So it's a bit of a pilot. We're checking it out until the end of year. I like it though, because I'm learning a lot also about more Cronos chain related topics and also about different projects, and I also give the opportunity to new up and coming projects to talk about what they're doing. So mixed bag. I'm really happy about the last part, and I'm also I don't know if it's my platform. We're trying it out anyways, and yeah, I'm gonna have some fun at least for one more month, and then we'll take a look. We'll do we'll draw some conclusions. Anyways, guys, feel free to come by because it's an open space and you guys can talk as well. You can ask me questions directly. We can have a back and forth about what you think. that's the easiest way to get in touch with me, I guess, because we can literally have a one-on-one, well, basically a one-on-one conversation about the whole ordeal of Cronos. Having said that, guys, I think it's time for some news. Because we had something happening today. Welcome, guys. Don't forget to hit the like button. So the news, what's the news today? We got this. Cronos opens the X402 Paytech Hackathon. And yes, X402, it kind of sounds like all those scam comments on YouTube. But X402 is actually a thing. As I mentioned, it's Paytech. And I will elaborate a bit more. So X402, I think this is the best thing. So X402 is an open source protocol that enables instant blockchain-based payments. That's hard to read. Basically, what you can do with those X402 is that you are paying automatically with an AI agent. So, for example, let's say it like this. You make a program. You make a program here that says, well, at the end of the month, I have to pay my YouTube subscription. I have to get my Coin Baron membership. You want to pay that via the blockchain. With X402, you can automate everything directly via the web, and you can also pay via the web if they also accept stable coins. So it is basically automating payments, especially also with AI. I hope that makes sense. A bit more technical architecture as well. We've got a client request. So I say I want to make this payment. We've got a server response. Then we get the payment execution. And finally, we also get the confirmation. So it is truly, guys, basically as the web works. You request something, the server responds, and then everything works like you hope it works. Same thing also with a credit card, right? So you want to buy something. Sometimes the credit cards, they require a bit of a confirmation code. So you put in the code. Everything does its magic, and you get the confirmation. It's been paid, and you get the package sent home. But now we're doing it on the block. That's quite cool. When can we start the influence of RWA on chain? For example, we got X-Verify at 1.5 billion. They're going to... I've heard about the X-Verify partnership with Crypto.com, but I honestly still have to look into it. I think it wasn't that big, but maybe it is. There are so many partnerships, and sometimes Cyborg I'm also missing a few. Anyways, let's quickly get back to the news here. So, Cronos opens up the X402 Paytech Hackathon, a new frontier for AI-driven payments. As I mentioned, AI can now pay everything automatically for you. AI agents are beginning to step into roles that once belonged only to users, executing instructions, coordinating workflows, and increasingly handling value on chain. So maybe also, let's say it like this: you have previously might have had this woman that did your financials, maybe did the automatic payments, or not automatic. You did the payments for your personnel, so all your employees got paid. Now you can completely replace the whole HR department, make it all AI agents, and they can do all the payments for you on Cronos. Pretty cool. The only thing is that they have to do maybe is that they also have to think about, okay, he took this many days off and he worked this many hours. The AI agent will do the calculation and also make the payouts depending also maybe on taxes or tax brackets, whatever. So we're going to do a hackathon for X402. This, by the way, is created open source, but it's made by Base, so by Coinbase. But they want to do this also now on Cronos. As these systems mature, they will need reliable settlement rails, programmable payment logic, and infrastructure that can support automated economic activity at scale. And they think, of course, that can be done on Cronos. To accelerate this shift, Cronos launching the X402 Paytech Hackathon, a global builder initiative that brings together developers, AI engineers, and payment innovators to explore how autonomous systems can interact with real assets on-chain. So rather than focusing on a single use case, this hackathon is about opening up the design space. How should an AI agent initiate payments? How does programmatic settlement behave in a multi-step workflow? For example, like I mentioned, how to do payments, how are they going to deduct the taxes, the work with the hours, hours off, whatever. And how can developer tools, data layers, or MCP-style components make these systems easy to build and reason about. So a lot of guys about builders. What I want to say, though, is that they are expecting quite a decent outcome. And they also have about a $42,000 prize pool to also have long-term support for these projects. So they will give you, for the winner specifically, there will be basically like a contest. And the contest will also be juried. Did you say juried? It will be checked by Crypto.com Capital. So that's the startup company by Crypto.com. Tommy will do that actually. So they will get $6,000 upon winning, and also $2,000 a month for 9 months to actually keep the project running as well. And also they got some different additional track prizes. So 5,000 for the best X402 AI agentic finance solution. And I like this one, by the way. I like this one really much because it's also the best Cronos X Crypto.com ecosystem integration. What is this? What is the ecosystem integration between Cronos and Crypto.com? So they want to do something. I'm not really a developer. I can vibe code a little bit using ChatGPT, but I kind of want to join the hackathon just based on to find out what this truly is. Also because, and I find this cool, if you win this contest, you will get a shout out about Cronos or social amplification, but also on the Crypto.com channel. So Crypto.com, guys, has a huge channel on X, for example, but also in general, they have a big Discord. They have quite a reach. And this is the first time I see that Crypto.com is truly trying to also amplify a Cronos-specific project. Crowfam, I'm watching you. Some of you still don't follow. Coin Parent, please leave a follow. Yes, please. Both on X as well as here. Anyways, big guys, big things. So you can see if you are applying for a builder, you will get office hours with Cronos Labs and Crypto.com engineers. So basically you can get feedback. Really cool. Workshops. Quick start guide, sample code and integration documents, Discord, Telegram, and Cronos EVM deployment tools. So this will be happening, guys, very soon. Sign up is now until the 11th of December. And building will be done until the 23rd of January. And then we'll also have a demo day. Pretty cool stuff. I don't know if they will create something truly unique or truly cool. The thing I want to say about this, though, is that we need experimentation on the chain. It's something that works great on, for example, Base. Take a look at the X402 ecosystem on the Base chain. It's blowing up. At least it blew up in October. I think it is dying down a little bit more now, but the tech is real. And we need to work on it. Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome. Pete never actually did some running, but used to swim and cycle. Also, Edward, never really a runner. Got into running a year ago at age 32, trying to break the 5-minute mile. Okay. Guys, I'm so Europe. I'm so European for this. I hate miles. Just remember, guys, cycles rhyme, they don't repeat. True that. That's also what, guys, why I do say like this. It's no exact science, but it's looking so far so good regarding the fourth wave. I'm the man now. Thank you, Mantic. Pete is still in profit, even though we have dumped quite a bit. Yeah, so for anyone wondering, why don't we lift up today? as we talked about earlier, it's Thanksgiving today, so that means also that the S&P, the Nasdaq, American stock market is closed. We don't do trading on holidays. So maybe, I don't know if tomorrow is also a holiday. Maybe. Also, I find this really interesting today. That's a bit of more European news. But we got some ECB minutes, and this is really interesting here because the view was also expressed that members must retain an open mind on the possible need for a further rate cut. Aha, so we're talking, of course, about a rate cut in the US for a long time. But the European market, the euro, is the second largest economy in the world. So if in Europe also we're going to see another rate cut, and that's kind of unexpected because in Europe we're talking already about a 2% interest rate. In America, it's I think currently like 3.5 or 3.75. I'm not entirely sure there. But in Europe, it's already relatively low. According to these minutes, they might want to cut a bit more as well today. Or not today, with the next meeting, and I think it's also in December. So really interesting, guys. We might get one more rate cut. And then we're getting into a truly, I would say, like currently we are in a neutral zone regarding interest rate and inflation. But if we are cutting more, this will give more room for inflation, but also it will give potentially another swing to the economy, especially for Bitcoin, because, well, you guys know what happens when rates are super low, right? You guys know what happens then. Trading savior. DCA in the last 4 years now, the average is about 10 cents. So you're on profit now, sir. But that's a scary thing, right? I know for many people, the average is about 10 cents. So after that recent fall, we went below 10 cents. So you were probably, like, for a few hours at least, at a loss. That's, for some people, that's so scary. Being at a loss is so scary. Scary enough to even sell at a loss, even though that's the crazy part, right? So just a few weeks back, people were buying CRO for 40 cents. And last week, people were selling CRO for 9 cents. The market, it's so irrational, truly. Such an irrational market. So one day it's worth gold. The other day it's trash. That's, guys, why I say watch out with emotions. Hey Warner, is there any news on the roadmap? Are we going to get any updated roadmap? I don't think so. Yeah, you're talking about the crypto.com roadmap, right? I think we talked about this last week as well, but let me check. I think we got a few updates. But it's not really... Let me check. Maybe something changed today. Not really. Like, I don't know if I were crypto.com. So a bit of speculation again. That's a bit of speculation. We got this ETF submission. ETF submission has been crossed off. It has been done. But they're now working together with the SEC on approving the Cronos ETF. Again, speculation. But what if? So I think they need to do one more filing. And then they can actually get everything approved in a matter of only weeks. What if they have like the final approval and they know it's coming and then they release the new roadmap? If they want to do a new roadmap. Because in all honesty, I think this is the first roadmap Crypto.com ever did, like publicly. Maybe they are saying, well, it's okay to do a roadmap, but in the end, we also skipped a few items. So maybe it's not good to do a public roadmap anymore. I bought some more at 0.9 cents. I don't sell till I reach my first target. You're gonna believe it. I am also in the same mindset here, trading. And I think it's really clever of you that you had the mental capacity to be buying the dip, because that's the issue, right? People don't see Black Friday sales anymore. They only see fear, or they see greed. That's the issue. probably like I believe that CRO is undervalued right now. Again, the fair value of CRO is at about here. It's currently at about 50 cents. That's the fair value of CRO, in my opinion, if we follow the rainbow chart. But the fair value is we haven't touched the fair value yet this cycle, but let's see though. I might need to readjust the rainbow chart, but first, guys, I want to see the cycle come to an end. It might be a 5-year cycle, like more like a true business cycle. I don't know. I'm definitely open to the possibility though, and I think we haven't seen the highs yet this cycle, so truly exciting times. Peter's mentioning we expect QE to come very, very soon. The repo markets are on their knees now due to a lack of liquidity. And guys, Peter's right. Banks are currently, they want money quick as well, because it's hard to currently do any business for them. We recently also had, I think, quite a decent influx of more money for them. There was some printing already. Don't know if they already paid back. Sometimes they pay out, but also they pay back the loan, basically. It's interesting. The UK and EU market are still open though for those with access to international markets. That's strange though, isn't it? Like, there was almost no movement today. I know there's only one country closed basically, but still you have zero movement. Have you adjusted your sell target? No, sir, no, definitely not. Like, nothing changed fundamentally. Nothing changed technically either. We are still riding the waves, if you ask me. We're still riding the wave, so I think it makes sense to keep my previous price predictions. Hey TDF, any thoughts on Merry Meme Coin season? Well, with Merry Christmas coming up, this might be an opportunity, but I don't know. I'm not really into memes, sir. I'm sorry. Average at about 10 cents, been a bit over 4 years now. So I think they're all very healthy averages, guys. That's the honest truth here. You're now in a profit, about 10 cents or 10%. But we need to see that breakout very soon, though. I think it's coming, though. I don't... do I have an example of a good head and shoulder on the CRO chart? Not really. Here you can see a bit of a W, which is also nice, but I'm not looking at a double bottom. Oh well, I will try to find a different example. I'm doing it live now, so it's hard to find everything live. If anyone isn't doing so already, do use your CRO to get extra free CRO as well. If you're planning to hold for a number of years, then it's worth to stake on chain and also get the car cashbacks. Definitely so. I still believe that, you know, when we go into those higher levels, people are going to upgrade their cards. So I did the same thing. I started with the one and only Indigo card here to the... No, this one. But when the price shot up, like literally, guys, last cycle we did more than a 10x. But if you invest like 5,000 now in the Indigo, during a bull, you can actually upgrade to the private one, and it won't cost you anything extra. The same amount of CRO will get you a different tier card. And that's actually quite a good trick, because with the private card, you get so many more benefits, and as long as the benefits don't change, of course, it makes you a lot of more CRO as well. Edward is getting 5 to 7k CRO monthly. Jeez, that's good, sir. That's really good. Also earning a lot of cash back here. Using it Also with the DeFi wallet. Nice, nice. I got the blue card way back when it was getting you 1%. I think the credit card still gives you 1%. I need to check. If you guys live in the US, you can also get the credit card version. They look a bit different, but they have quite decent rewards. So I think it's quite usual in the US at least that if you get a credit card, you also get some cash back. The free version, the blue card, it will give you, I think, 1.5%. 1.5% cash back on everything except for a few restricted merchant codes. What could be the bottom signal? We're just looking for peace or ceasefire. Well, we have a ceasefire in. Are you talking about Ukraine? Well, we've got the Gaza ceasefire, which is really good, guys. Even though there are some cracks there, it's still good. The thing about a bottom, right? The bottom is typically not an event. Like, how do you say that? Like, for example, let's go back to 2023, right? So this was the big crash we think we all remember still. This was the FTX crash. Minus 50%. Ouch, 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 ouch. From 11 all the way to about 5 cents. However, we kept crawling down after FTX. So not even like the worst thing that could happen in crypto. That wasn't even the bottom, right? This created so much stress in the market. We got Tom Brady. I think people almost killed Tom Brady because he was the head of the face, really, of a recent FTX commercial. But basically what happened, we had slow bleeding and nothing truly changed. Until some people started believing again. That's a strange thing, right? There is no typical bottom event. What you see though is, this is interesting. You can see right at some point, specifically for CRO, it was like, yeah, we don't want to dump anymore. Like, this is it. We don't want to go any lower than this. This is how, guys, we get to a true bottom. This was, I would say, this was the final capitulation here. This was the final capitulation. We went down from here, the high, about 6 cents. We went down all the way, minus 23%. This was the last capitulation. For Bitcoin now, I think you can make the argument that also what we had last week, this could be the final capitulation before we head into that final wave up. This was brutal, by the way. Like, we went so low in such a short amount of time, and now we're slowly heading up again. And again, the green box is an issue. On issue, it's a struggle. During 2021, many Europeans were using those cards. Now I am like the only one still. This is also the good news. So I love the cards, right? But I never use them. I don't physically use them because we have Google Pay and we have Apple Pay. And if you guys live in the UK, you can now finally use Google Pay with your CRO Visa card. Really nice. So previously there was a bit of a workaround. You could use Curve, and with Curve also use Google Pay, but it's a bit glitchy. Sometimes it works, sometimes it didn't work regarding cashback. Now though, put in the details of your credit cards on Google Pay and you will get access to your Visa card, and it will also look, by the way, you will get a virtual debit card that looks like the card you have. So I got the icy one, you will get the icy color also in the app. Same thing for the blue one or for the green one. So pretty cool, guys. If you live in the UK, check it out. Definitely check it out. They finally got debit cards usable on Google Pay. It's only taken them 5 years. Yeah, I've been using it for also like 4 years in Europe here, so I'm feeling bad for you guys in UK, but it's finally there, isn't it? Banks are having their reserves removed by the US Treasuries for T-bill purchase, so the Treasury bill purchase, so the TGA can get refilled. So bank reserves are dropping and more are accessible. The SRF emergency fund to access cash. I need to check the letters again. Peter also did the same thing. He staked for the Ruby, and when the price increased, he went from Ruby to Indigo. I think many people did, and I think people say, but you could also have sold, but not that many people actually sold. George, thank you so much, sir. Jorge, Amaya, welcome. Thank you so much for strapping into the channel, sir. That's really nice of you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. TGA is Treasury General Account. Okay, I'm learning something every day again, guys. Oh, you already got a notification like a week ago. Oh, I think the Twitter tweet announcement was like this week. That's nice. SRF is standing repo facility. Those are the emergency loans. Yeah. Okay. I've got those, but I didn't know the three letters. And I believe that 5 cents was such a bargain. In a few years, the 10 cent will become the new 5 cents. I think so too. Hey, Quameron, I have been gone for a couple of months, but you know, I'm back now. I needed a break from crypto. It's funny that you come back during like I would say during a hard time. Most people they come in when crypto is at the highs, and they leave when they're at the lows. But you, sir, you do it the right way. You come when fear is high. You buy when blood is in the streets. Welcome back, sir. Welcome back. I hope you had a good break. Crypto is still here. And the good thing also, guys, is that crypto will not go anywhere. Like, price will fluctuate, right? But do you guys truly believe that crypto.com will be gone in like 4 years, 5 years? I'm not saying that crypto.com will never go. The thing with companies, guys, is that they come and go. But crypto.com has good positive cash flow. They also make revenue according to their own data. So I think that crypto.com has a good fundamental basis to work on and also to expand. Will they ever go the IPO route? I think so. I think that they might go the IPO route. Might they get a hostile takeover in the future? I don't know. Could happen. Would that be good or bad for CRO? I don't know either. I think it's going some places though. It's definitely, I think, heading into the right direction. And if anything, I believe that crypto.com will be the one that will be taking over other companies. I think the chance for that to happen are bigger than that crypto.com itself will be bought by Coinbase or by Kraken or by Binance. That would be strange, right? That would be a plot twist. If like Chris goes to more like, yeah, we've been bought by Binance. 30 cents should be the next 5 cents. I stick with my rainbow chart here, and I believe the rainbow chart will be the new low also going forward. So I believe we'll go into a parabolic euphoria phase beginning of next year, and then we drop down again, and that might take some time. You can see, right, that after the peak it took about a year or even 94 weeks to go to the low. 94 weeks. Let's say we go to the peak as expected here, and it takes 94 weeks. If we go 94 weeks, the rainbow chart will be, I need to give you guys a price target here, it will be at about 22 cents. And I kind of think that makes sense. If we truly go back to the levels that I expected, So we might go here. I missed the final part here for some reason. If we actually go that rate that high, I think it makes sense that our new low could be about 22 cents. If we head into the traditional bear market, that is, right? Because that's the question, of course. Will we get a traditional bear market? Will we get a prolonged boring season? Will we also see something happening like that for the S&P? Will we see a cool down? We got some projections by no one other than JP Morgan saying that next year we might be heading into 8,000 points. So I think the analyst by JP Morgan basically did like, he drew a straight line. Yeah, that's going into 8,000. And he's right. It's if we hold this momentum, we will be going into about 8,000. That might be happening. The question is what will happen after that. I'm, by the way, very happy, ladies and gentlemen, about what's happening so far now with the S&P, because we need that. We need, like, best case scenario, we're getting very close now to an all-time high for the S&P. Like, the highest weekly close was here at 688.4. How much higher do we need to go? 1%. We need to go 1% higher. Let's say tomorrow go up 1%. If we go up tomorrow 1%, we create a new high regarding the weekly closes for the S&P. And 1% is doable. If we have enough belief, we can definitely do it. It's always good to see people taking the time to care for their mental health. Or physical health, by the way. I get it though. Sometimes you're watching the charts way too much. If Binance would buy crypto.com, I would be partying. Okay. They know how to play the game. They know how to pump their token though. I'm gonna be honest. He's true there. What's the Binance token doing these days? Let me check. BNB. It's below 1,000, I believe. Also BNB, guys, it went to crazy highs, but it also retraced quite heavily. Let me see how much it actually retraced so far. 40%. Not too bad, not too bad. Could be way worse. If we take a look, for example, Ethereum from the high to the low, how much did it go down? 47%. So Ethereum is down more in the last recent dump than BNB. So BNB is holding on quite strong, and also it is bouncing up quite strong as well. So from the low, it is now up. Okay, actually that's not true. That's fake news. 15%, give or take. Ethereum is up 18%. CRO is up from the low. CRO is up even more, guys. CRO is up about 22%. I personally like watching the charts. It's mathematically suiting. it's I don't know. To me, it feels like playing Tetris, and I kind of find sometimes I find Tetris very very fun, but sometimes I find Tetris like very I lost the word for it, but claustrophobic. You know the thing is, if I'm bored, sometimes what I do is I go to a CRO chart, for example, and I open the minute candle. And I have some targets set, right? Sometimes I make some leverage plays. Like, for example, it needs to go to where it went today. I think I had like long today open till like this point here. And I'm cheering, go CRO, go, and then it's going, and then not today. And then like a few hours later, it'll actually go like this. You know, that's the thing. But Here you will feel like very euphoric. And here you will feel like fudge. It's emotional. Do you think that there will be like a 40% S&P crash? No. That's not my belief. That is truly horrific. That's that happens only once every century, basically. Or, well, that's not entirely true. That's not entirely true. We had the same thing during the we had the same thing here with the .com. I would say .com and 2008 were pretty much similar. People are sometimes calling for this because AI bubble. But let's take a quick peek. So you can see the rise, right? It's almost like from this point onward in 82, it only went up 1400%. Not entirely, because we had some crashes along the way. This was a severe crash here. This one was brutal. For my time, I don't know what even happened here, but it was October 87. Minus 33% in a month. But yeah, it's honestly crazy to see what happened so far, right? But I would personally say that this was more of an anomaly. What happened here? The same thing that also happened during the Great Depression. The overall flow that we have, it's truly crazy to see, but we go up like this. And yes, this is a logarithmic chart. So it isn't that strange to see. Of course, there will be dumps on the way, but those don't happen that often here. I'm curious now to know what happened in 87. I think it might have been the oil crisis or something like that. Yeah, AI might be a reason though why we might see a strong crash, but in the end, I think there is a decent use case for AI. Same thing, right, with internet, the internet bubble here in 2000. In the end, the internet companies took over. So yeah, they created a lot of value in the end. Amazon, I think Amazon was one of the got MicroStrategy now. The oil crisis was actually in the 70s. Okay. What happened in 87? I have to learn now. I've got to learn together, guys. Crisis, October 87. Black Monday. But why? It's mentioning, I'm reading it right now, it's in Dutch. It's mentioning Black Monday, but the reason why? Just because people got feared. They are literally mentioning here that the Black Monday event on the exchange, the S&P, the Nasdaq, etc., was because they were afraid of what happened back in 2023 or in the 1930s here. Roaring 20s. Showing your age here, mate. Pete remembers it very, very fondly. Discount days, guys. Discount days. Yeah. Crush is right. They were way too emotional. They were way too emotional, guys, back in 87. Basically, crypto traders. People buying CRO. They don't see... They only buy the hype and they sell the fear. Whereas, if I take a look at CRO, I think I've got a different chart. It's so clear to see the overall trend. Not this one. I got a few of these CRO charts. I need to find it. I think it's this one. You can also see that during this cycle specifically, we got a very clear structure. We create every time a high, a higher high, an even higher high here. And also we create a low, a higher low. And like, I guess this is the bottom. Then we also created another higher low here. And this also happened. This also happened in 2020 and 2021. Just to give you a bit of a feeling here for it. So what you see here is that we touch this line here. We touch it again. We touch it again. And here we broke it. And at the same time also higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. We keep doing this and it always, so far it's rhyming again. I'm bullish. I'm freaking bullish, guys. It's crazy. I only have BNB paired with Solana. It's alone. But BNB really is outpacing all alts. It's crazy. But the thing about big alts is that typically at some point they start being outperformed by the smaller alts. That's the base case why I'm in CRO myself. A potential 40% pullback is a great base to make new highs from. At the rate the price is going, it will soon be a case of owning one BNB. It's funny because like BNB is kind of moving like Ethereum back in 2017. Marv with emotions. The thing with AI, all it takes is another virus or AI play to unravel. There's always something which can trigger a big pullback. The key thing is to have cash on hand to buy the dip. Fear is a thing. I do believe so. That's true. That's true, definitely. But yeah, I don't know. I think there's a fundamental use case. So we talked about this, I think, last week. But the big difference between the AI bubble and the internet bubble is that in the AI space now, we're talking about already big companies. If you take a look at the S&P or at the stock market, it's mainly the already big companies becoming even bigger. So Nvidia is a bit of an outlier. Nvidia has been a decent company, but they made gaming GPUs. And they got lucky because their technology is also applicable now for machine learning. Yeah, they are incredibly lucky, but they've been working on this as well, of course, for years. They've been trying to do, I think, like self-driving cars. That was actually what they were training their GPUs for. And then it was like, hey, we can do way more than just driving. But it's not really the small companies. I think also you got the Russell index. You can see that all the small companies are not really rising with the rest of the boat. It's the same with Bitcoin, right? So Bitcoin is rising. All the big companies are rising. But the small companies and the altcoins, they're not that much rising. So at some point, guys, I do believe that's my base case still. At some point, especially when QE arrives, we will see that the risk curve will also change. And people will start investing maybe into the smaller AI companies. And when that happens, watch out for the altcoins. Because when we see this flip from big to small, that's exactly when things go parabolic. That's my belief, at least. That's definitely my belief. And it makes sense. That's also why I say I think we are now... A bubble has about 5 stages. And we're now in stage 3. If we're in stage 4, we have to be more and more worried about, what's happening with the actual value here. But I think we will go to 8,000 before we'll reach stage 5 of the AI bubble. And I think, again, When small companies without any fundamental revenue, when those will start making crazy amounts of valuations or IPOs or whatever, that is when the bubble is going to burst. But we're not there yet. We have a lot more air to fill. Wikipedia reckons it was a crash based on loss of faith. Exactly. Loss of faith also in the dollar. Ah, okay. It took Black Monday to get markets to introduce buy sell caps to prevent excessive pump and dumps. Thank you, Black Monday. Thank you. More regulation for the markets. And now we got crypto. Gemini saying the same thing. Okay. It's confirmed then. With the AI companies, many are closely interlinked. That's true. So what you guys might have heard is that, for example, ChatGPT, OpenAI, they're buying their GPUs from NVIDIA. So the more that OpenAI buys GPUs, well, more revenue that goes automatically to NVIDIA. But the more GPUs they buy, the more, well, power they get to train even better AI models. And I think I saw some numbers. They expect to have 200 million paying customers in 2027. So be ready, guys. Be ready. At some point, I do believe those crazy good free AI models, they will get behind the paywall. Yeah. It's a bit like with YouTube. It started out so great, all free, and now it's riddled by ads. But the good thing, guys, about YouTube is that it helps me pay my sandwiches. So please don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe, because it helps me, the channel, also the algorithm. So don't forget to hit the like button and also, you know, stay here, stay with me, strap in. Decisions should be made on weekly charts. Entries and exits happen, though, on a daily and below. That's the thing, right? People are way too emotional to wait for 2 more days. And the thing is also, with crypto specifically, like, if you wait a few more days, you could have lost everything, right? So, yeah. This went so quick. Minus 25% in 12 days. This is emotionally really hard to control. Same thing here, right? Like it happened. It looks so much the same to me. It looks so much the same to me. We have a small drawdown and then a final capitulation. And same thing here as well. Small drawdown and final capitulation here. The thing is that might worry me a bit is that we have, again, we talked about this in, I think, in a recent video, but there is a potential that we go even lower. There is a potential. If anything happens that might help, you know, give some secondary scares. Like let's say on the 10th, we have no rate cut, for example. We've been going up nicely. We might even go back here into this nice green box, and then we might even get like the no rate cut decision. Surprise, surprise! Markets go down. Everybody's surprised. Bitcoin falls to 75, 74, and it could still bounce up. That's how crazy the markets are now. How long does a typical altcoin season last? Good question. How long does it? Not long. So here, I would say that the peak altcoin, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. Last cycle was a bit better. Last cycle was a lot better, actually. It was, well, let's say this whole period was about 35 weeks. But To be honest, like these were the exit entries here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, about 8 weeks. But also, yeah, okay, you could also, yeah, no, this is too late already. Well, it depends. It's like here you can sell for Bitcoin. Like in this whole period, you could sell to Bitcoin and you would make a crazy Bitcoin gain. But like in dollar value, it was only this period, truly. So there is definitely an argument to be made here that the altcoin seasons are becoming different and longer as well. So maybe what we get now, we have a prolonged QE, so more money printing. Maybe it's going to be more like... maybe it's more like this. It's a big fat altcoin season. Takes really long, but maybe it's multi-year. Who knows? What people don't understand is that you can have a tech crash and the tech continues to grow in capabilities. This is what happened with the .com crash. Many companies failed, but the web carried on. And I think that's really healthy. That's how we try to grow. There is simply said, back in 2000, there was way too much dead weight. And the thing about dead weight, guys, is that it slows you down. With all those companies going bankrupt after the .com bubble, a lot of actual talent went over from the dead weight company to an actual growing company. So from, I don't know, give me a good .com bubble company, I don't know. They went from XYZ to Amazon. They went from XYZ to Facebook. They went from XYZ to whatever company next came up. It's honestly got... Netflix, not really a tech company. Back then it was still doing the actual VHSs. Crazy though, that Netflix started as a VHS post-order company. Oh, while we're ending the stream, guys, we're going to end in a few minutes. If I can give you any watch tip, Stranger Things just aired with the 5th season. Do not give me any spoilers. I'm still watching season 2 again, so give me a few weeks to actually catch up again. But definitely check it out. It's a good one. It's also using a bit of the same music here, so you might have heard already that we have a bit of synthwave. It's 80s. It's the 80s again. Yeah. Warner, what happened in October 87? No real reason, just fear. Only fear. So crazy. Hey, Coinbaron, would you say that the cycle is similar to the previous? No, I would say it's different, but it has a lot of similarities. I would definitely say that one. It's different because you can see, right, like time-wise is different. You can take a look at our timeline. According to our timeline, at this point, we would have had an all-time high already. For CRO. We haven't had that one yet. But if you take a look at the different charts, like for example, we got the CRO rainbow chart, it's showing you the exact same thing. We got multiple waves. 1 wave, 2 wave, 3rd wave, and then we have the big 4th wave. And as I mentioned earlier, I think it will be the same here again. 1 wave, 2 wave, 3rd wave, and then we have the final 4th wave. That's my my thesis. Let's see though, guys. Let's see. I'm incredibly bullish about what can happen in 2026. But we have to wait and see. Guys. Whoa, Microsoft lost 90%? No way. Damn, Microsoft. I'm streaming this on Windows, so I think honestly I'm one of the only guys. I've been quite a Microsoft fanboy back in the days. I got the Xbox, I even got the Windows Phone. Yeah, the Windows Phone. And even before that, I had the Windows Mobile. I was big into the Microsoft ecosystem. Still, it's quite good. Anyways, guys, I have to move. We're back again Sunday though. So if anyone is celebrating Thanksgiving, Happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your time with the family. Eat a good turkey. Be kind to the turkey because, well, it's delicious, but also it's an animal. So enjoy your meal. Enjoy the festivities. We'll be back, guys, hopefully with a pumpy market again this weekend. Make sure you're strapped in for a new video tomorrow and also Saturday. And then we'll be back again, like I mentioned, on Sunday, 9 p.m. Amsterdam time. Guys, enjoy. Have a good one. And thanks again for everyone tuning in today. Pete, Björn, Cyborg, Werner, El Central, all the cool people today. I think I missed a few. Crush, Kai, Jorg as well, Cyborg, TDF. Guys, amazing. TDF, thank you guys. Trading Savior. Guys, enjoy. Have a good day and talk soon. Let's talk soon.